Go ahead, kick your feet up. Oh, you haven't heard? Well, I guess it's time to meet us. All music on the list. Any topic, they on top of it. Ear Witness News. You ready? There ain't no stopping it. Ear Witness News. Oh, buddy. Ear Witness News. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? This is Nicholas Sutherland and Daria Badia. We're here at Chamber 43 in Highland Park, New Jersey. Place that just opened. It's a record shop and also a center for sales of local items from artists. We got a dope show planned.
We got some topics on like lyricism. We're gonna talk about some of the biggest rappers coming out of New York, and I think we might got a special guest. I don't know if we got that special guest coming through, but yeah. But let's just start with the. Have you been listening to anything cool recently?
Recently I DJ'd at Fire and Ice in Fords, Woodbridge. So I had to be listening to a lot of like Punjabi music. Really? I was doing a lot of crazy Punjabi mixes.
You've been listening to a lot
I was dropping Punjabi with 21 Savage, and it was just like. It was an exploration, yeah. Everybody was like, whoa, I've never heard nothing like this before.
Yo,
so that was a fun time.
Making the Indian community proud.
I mean, I'm trying, you do what you can.
Yeah. What do you look for when you're like finding new music? Like what sort of things like get you onto some shit,
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, I guess. I mean, you're always looking for like heavy beats or like production. Lyrics wise, you don't always have to have somebody like telling the craziest lesson, as long as it's lyrics that can like speak to you and connect to you and get like you emotionally.
Dude, I feel like nowadays like a lot of music journalists, you got like Pitchfork, you got the Needle Drop. Mm-hmm. I feel like they talk a lot about lyricism, but I don't know if they actually know what lyricism is. There's some fake. I feel like there's some fake news going out when they're talking about some lyricism. Like Anthony Fantano, he's always talking about 21 Savage not being lyrical. Did you watch that? Do you watch Anthony Fantano?
No.
Yo,
he was going at him crazy.
Yeah, dude, he's like calling him out for like, that line with the Pringle. 21 Savage is like, bitch, I'm single like a Pringle. Anthony Fantano went at him. He was like, fucking Pringles aren't single. Pringles aren't like.
I mean, that's so crazy though, because like even though they come in like one big pack together, like they all like get eaten one at a time.
That's what I'm saying. Like a Pringle is single,
Yeah, like, but it's like a huge commentary, I guess, like on the state. I can't. Yeah, on the state of like the current experience for like a lot of people in America.
Yeah, fucking.
We don't feel like part of the group.
Yo.
I don't know.
Are you fucking shitting?
I mean,
no, for real though, like. That's some real shit though. Like we're all we're all in the can together. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like we're all like bent out of shape.
But like we're still so individual. Dang. But like, dude, that's what I'm saying. 21 Savage, he has some lyrical merit to it. Like I don't know like what these journalists are talking about when they say mumble rap's not lyrical. Mm-hmm. Like one of like the biggest parts of like lyricism to me, I think, is like, how you make words rhyme. Like, Kendrick Lamar, he recently just like did the thing where he made Richard Pryor rhyme with Photoshop on that on Humble.
You know what's crazy? Like I know exactly which line you're talking about, and I still don't believe that happened.
He did.
I've sung that line a lot of times. I really don't.
You don't.
I don't believe you at all.
But it sounds like it.
Yeah, no. I don't.
Like that's just some.
I'm definitely
that's some crazy. That's some crazy word bending shit. Like Kanye West on Devil in a New Dress. He says hood phenomena, the LeBron of rhyme, and I'm like, which is like the way he flips those lyrics. Like I think. That's a mark of lyricism, when you can like make words that just don't rhyme at all. Yeah,
I mean the worst thing you can do, I feel like, when it comes to rapping is like say a line and then like have somebody know what the next line's gonna be when you say the first line. Just like the awkwardness of the cadence and like I love when I hear something like and I didn't expect it out of anywhere.
No, and really clever. I think that these mumble rappers are the best at doing that. They're like absolutely the killers of the English language. They take the English language, they like have so much grip and like so much like handle of it that they're able to like bend it sonically, like just like how it sounds. Like Young Thug is canonical, like doing this. This man, he's a genius. I don't know like how he does it. Apparently he doesn't write out his lyrics, he fucking draws it out. Like
That's crazy.
He draws it, then he fucking
Are you saying that he speaks in hieroglyphics?
he speaks in hieroglyphics, and honestly that might give him the edge, you know, because Young Thug does shit like that. He like what's that one line on White Club? He's like,
yeah, Young Thug lyrics be a flip book.
What is it? Yeah, what is this? The only way he go to sleep is if you let him nut on your face.
Wild, wait, what?
On Wyclef Jean, he's like, he's
the track, of course.
Yeah, the track. No.
Of course, the track.
No, not on Wyclef Jean, dude. He's
like,
not come. No,
No, because I just the line hit me and I was like, what are you talking about?
he's not trying to come on Wyclef Jean.
God, this is you have to just like a little face. Like, what happened in that?
Nah.
What did they say in those 30 seconds? I mean, they need to cut.
Young Thug. Young Thug fucking. He just rhymes words that don't need to rhyme, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'm just like, that's lyrical as fuck to me.
I like when things are like purposefully mispronounced. Like
I don't even think it's mispronounced.
Versace, like I like Versace.
Versace?
Yeah,
but yeah, past that verse.
Yo, that's wild. That's crazy. I prefaced the sentence with mispronunciation.
No,
You were
but
still
Kanye.
Like,
Kanye fucking said Versace. Past
Yeah,
that
Versace. And Quavo was like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
That was just so good.
Playing with pots and pans, yo. Call me Quavo Ratatouille.
That's just awesome. This is amazing.
When you undermine language like that, like language has that shit does more for lyricism. That shit does more for the English language than like fucking Shakespeare.
There's just levels to it. I mean, I feel like there's like wordplay, and then there's like people out there making like simple Lego pieces, and then there's people out there with like the 400 piece like things, and they're actually out here like playing with the words.
Nah, yeah, I think Young Thug, he's got the grip, and a lot of other mumble rappers, they got this grip where like they're able to transform language.
Mm-hmm.
You can't count them out for lyricism. Like I don't believe it. I don't believe these journalists out here know what lyricism is if they're saying that, 21 Savages, Young Thugs.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you have to like, if they go over your head, if you didn't catch it, then you need to like, you can't claim that you're like understanding or like accepting the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So like baseline, you have to be able to like understand all the points the person's trying to make before you discredit their like level of like ability. So I feel like something that I mean, I haven't heard any of these Fantano like things, but like I think that maybe I don't know. He's going over his head.
He's wildin'. Yo, it's definitely going over that waxed head of his. just
That's wild. My mental picture of him is just wild. It's like crazy, man.
He's just
Imagine like a big bald. I don't know.
Yeah, big bald white guy. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Whatever. But next topic.
Is he popular?
Anthony Fantano?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, he's huge.
That's crazy.
The needle drop? That he like, okay, he's like, all those kids were like, oh, that album's like a strong 5 or a weak 8. That's Anthony Fantano. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like all those kids who do their music reviews or whatever, and they're like strong 4s. They're biting from Anthony Fantano. He's good. He's a good reviewer. But whatever. You bogus too. Let's go to the next topic. Enough about this Anthony Fantano, Camptano.
Oh jeez.
Let's talk about New York's biggest rappers. For the longest time, it was like, New York, where you at? We're from like New Jersey, so I feel like we have some sort of, I don't know about you, but I like personally rap for like New York rappers. Like I root for them. So like, Joey Badass came out. I was like, this kid's out of New York. He's our age. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for A$AP Rocky. I'm rooting for like Nas and Jay-Z and like, cause they're representing our area. And
as long as they give good Jersey shout outs, I feel like Nicki gave a couple good Jersey shout outs.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these rappers, like, they're not big anymore. Like 50 Cent, he's not big.
No, don't take that back. He's still killing it on Power every single time that Power
Is he still on Power? They put.
Yeah, he's popping off. This episode
Really?
this week was wild. Yeah.
is
Still
he?
Kanan, yeah.
Is he just?
And like that theme song, every time I hear it, I'm like in the zone. Yeah, you need to start watching Power just for the theme song at least.
The Power. No, I'm talking about like
Bars. Bars is the big rich town. Comes from the poorest part.
Dude, I think that 50 Cent.
Okay, cool. So 50 is not not in the penultimate
50 Cent. He's
rap
not.
arenas right now.
He's he's like a quarter right now. You know. He's like a quarter.
Okay.
He's like half of what he used to be.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
He's
it.
half of what he used to be.
No.
But like I think that the biggest rappers out from New York right now, and actually this is like good for New York, it's been women. Like Nicki Minaj, she's from Queens. Cardi B, she's from the Bronx. And they have been Nicki Minaj, first of all, has been steadily like popping off and like fucking the internet up like for a few years now. She had the best verse on like the best rap album of the 2010s on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. She's and like people forget that she's from. I feel like people forget she's from New York, but she's shouting out Jersey.
She does shout out Jersey on occasion. So
Yeah, and
you gotta feel that love. Also, Young M.A. Yes, isn't she from?
I think she's from. Yeah, I think she's from
Yeah.
From New York,
She
Brooklyn or
definitely
something.
has. She definitely has the New York sound. Too.
Yeah, and dude, what do you think it is? Like, what is Nicki Minaj and like Cardi B? She's popping off with like Bodak Yellow and like props to her. Like, what do they got? What do they got like that?
I mean, I feel like it's just like the hub. I mean, like if you're gonna have, I feel like what is it? I guess the New York is older hip hop. So if you had all the New York heads, like I guess that came out before, and then like the New York prime, maybe it's just on delay. So like New York used to be prime of hip hop. Then you have women from hip hop like coming from New York, and then if Atlanta's right now like on the come up, then maybe we'll see like more Atlanta female rappers like coming up in a couple of years.
You think?
Now. So maybe those two trends will like come to pass in the same shape,
I mean,
like a couple years down the road.
no, I mean Cody Shane's gonna pop off. She's from Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you'll see other people following her footsteps and coming out of Atlanta.
I'm saying though that Nicki Minaj, she's been carrying the torch for New York for a long time now.
I feel like people like Rocky. I feel like Rocky.
Do you think Rocky's a bigger rapper than Nicki Minaj?
Definitely not. But like
Definitely not.
like Nicki's not like Nicki. Like she's definitely a bigger pop star than him.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
well, she's still a rapper.
Yeah, she's a rap. But like I mean like straight up rap tracks.
She's got straight up bars.
I mean obviously she has straight up bars.
She's
But like
got
when it comes
bars.
to like if you compare their rap discographies, would it be as crazy a question? You know what I'm saying? If you compare the entire discography, I feel like you have to say that like obviously she's beating him just straight up numbers. But if you're talking about like the stuff that like Rocky does specifically, but I mean he's pretty diverse as well. So I mean like I just don't think that they're like she's like miles ahead of him. You know, maybe she's like she's got a couple seconds if they're running like around the track. You know?
Yeah, Rocky's got some fashion shit definitely going.
Who else from New York?
Joey Badass.
Damn, what's going on? I mean,
A Boogie. Yeah, is that what
what's going on right now? No. That was not that was not meant in disrespect. I'm saying that like obviously a really good artist, but I'm saying we're going in the wrong direction there. Like we're not saying like we're looking for like the finest quality. I'm not saying that like disparage Nicki Minaj as well, but like the whole issue with A$AP Rocky was that he wasn't big enough. So to say like A Boogie like after A$AP doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we're not gonna do that. No. I would say you have to. I mean, I guess Jay obviously, just because he's like, if you're gonna talk about like how big a person can be from New York, and, but like
Jay-Z,
I definitely
Jay-Z's on some god status
so
though.
he's out of the ballpark now.
Yeah, it's like if you're really trying to be.
Who else? I'm trying to think of some. But this is very. I have to be on the bad side.
Yeah.
I'm trying to argue against women being the dominant ones.
No, I don't think there's anyone bigger than.
No, I give her mad props. She's doing amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Oh shit, yo, this just in. I think we got a special guest in the building.
What's going on?
Whoa, yo.
Yeah, it's a special guest. He's in the building.
Our special guest. at Chamber 43 Ear Witness News. Tell them who you are. Tell them
What's going on, everybody? My name's Martin X.
Tell them where you came from.
Straight out of New Jersey, man.
Yo, right out the street.
Nah. Piscataway.
Piscataway, Central Jersey. Fuck yeah, dude. I hear that you're dropping a project soon.
Yeah, man. I'm planning on dropping a project called Seven. It's coming out pretty soon. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the movie Seven, but that's the one thing that I'll even say that's kind of close to in a sense. But
that fucking album cover that was some fire. It was like some seven deadly sins.
Yeah,
theme.
man.
What's going on with that? Is that
Yeah, that's kind of like a reoccurring theme for me right now with that one. You know, each song has its particular meaning. It's just meant for everybody to be able to kind of, you know, figure out which song is about what. But yeah, it was just something I really, you know, struggle with certain things in the songs myself that I spoke about. So I come from different angles with everything, kind of talking about my life and things I've learned, and just kind of trying to share a little bit of the knowledge that I have myself.
I feel like there are really good messages in a lot of the tracks. Do you feel that it's stuff that you learned on your own travels, or did you learn it from other people too, or the people that you're channeling their message, or is it all from like yourself?
Honestly, a lot of this is kind of like a mixture. I come up with the lyrics myself in a sense of, you know, things I've gone through, things I've seen, things I've heard, things I've read. Just a lot of it is really just life learning experiences, things such as that just keep me moving forward, and ability to keep writing about you know what I feel. And this is really the best way for me to convey it to other people. So I thought this was a really good project for me to, you know, really put my all into and put my heart into, and you know, share it.
Can we talk about some of the producers that are on there? Like you got some up and coming producers like
yeah, man. Shout out Cash Money, man.
Cash Money AP. He's been doing stuff for a designer.
Yeah, man. That dude's he's got that talent. I'm hoping to be able to keep doing things like that and keep moving myself forward. Shout out to my boy Woe. He was the other producer on there that I had. He dude out of Atlanta. Man, hooked up with him. Dude is super talented. Has a good ear. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
He produced one of my favorite tracks on that, "Worry About Yours."
Oh yeah, man.
Was that him?
Yeah, that was Woe. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. Like, I just listened to this, and there's like definitely like themes that like. It's some wholesome. Yo, you're on some wholesome shit. Like,
I was thinking that when I was listening to it. I was like, yeah, I'm becoming a better person. Like, I'm trying to be ignorant.
I mean, it's just because I've learned so much in my life, and you know, I kind of see the direction of where our society is going.
Right.
And you know, I'm obviously, you know, I'm not a street dude. I'm not a trap dude. You know, I grew up way different than they did. But I have my own hardships and the things that I've learned. You know, doing everything in the sense of the corporate way. I'm trying to be able to give my life perspective in different ways to other people, and
fuck
yeah, that's pretty much what I was going with it.
Yeah, no, so I feel like it's like sort of reflecting on like where rap is right now with your music. Where do you think it is? Like, where do you think the music industry is at, or like with the themes and content? Where do you think it's going, and what are you bringing to it? You know.
Well, I think rap right now is in a I'll say it's in a unique place right now. Because there's so many different styles, so many different things that are being contributed to the art right now that, you know, I mean, you got the young guys coming up like Uzi, Playboy Cardi, guys like that. Then you got the older dudes like, you know, Nas, Jay-Z, and, you know, they're still out here doing songs.
Right.
And it seems like there's a little bit of a battle going on, which, you know, I'm definitely all here for, because I think that's a pretty dope thing. I mean, this is yes, it's, you know, everybody's sharing their style or their art or whatever, but at the same time, you know, everybody should want to be the best.
No, yeah, I think there's definitely like a good sense of competition right now in between, like, I don't want to present like a false dichotomy, but there's like there's the conscious guys who are like, you know, they're still putting out bars. Like Tyler Creator, he like cares about his bars. Well, rather the guys who care about their bars. That's the one hand. I feel like you care about your bars, you care about what you're saying, and then there's Playboy Cardi who really cares about what he's saying, but you're still gonna turn up to it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And and I'm not gonna dismiss him for his lyricism. He's good in his own right, but there's definitely like the guys who care about his bars and the guys who just care about like expressing a sort of sound and like trying to make some hype music. And I think that competition definitely is good for the culture. It definitely is moving, challenging both sides of the coin, a lot further. So, do you know anything about like where New Jersey rap is?
Honestly, I try to listen to a lot of different artists. I really go on SoundCloud a lot and just pay attention to people from the area. A couple cats I know myself that are doing music around the area that are artists. And at where I'm at, I mean, I haven't made it as far as other people yet, but I wouldn't want to take away from myself in the fact that I feel like I'm a humble person, but also want to say like I truly do believe I'm the best rapper in New Jersey.
Fuck yeah.
So, and I mean, and that's across just from bars to what I'm talking about, how I deliver it, the fact that I can do different flows, the fact that I can do different styles, and I'm still showcasing my talents, and it's just getting better. So.
Damn.
Yeah. Wait, so you're teaching like a lot of lessons, I feel like, on this piece of work. Are there things that you still feel like you want to learn, or like in your life in the music industry anyway?
Oh man, there's plenty of things I want to try and learn in my life and in the industry. There's so much for me to still learn, and I feel like even though I may be a little older than some of these guys that are coming up now, I came into this art at the right time, and I think that I'm really here to make an impact, and that's kind of what I want to do, an impact not just for me, but for my family, for my community, for not just black people, but all races. I want to be able to help everybody in the best way that I possibly can. And I just can only thank God for everything that's going on.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, you heard it here first. Martin X dropping 7. Shit's coming out. Listen to it. It's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, man.
It's coming to your neighborhood, coming to your house. This kid's gonna be a household name.
Yeah, man. Remember that name, Martin X? Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, the real Martin X.
Yup. This is Ear Witness News. Daria Batia.
Nick.
We out here.
You know what I was gonna do? You know what I was thinking? I wanted to do like a nice to meet you, and then like I turn around and you're gone.
Poof.
Should we do that?